It's a pretty tight fit in here now, especially with these panels. So I'm going to just take a few pictures of this process here and there. And I'm not really worried about this part too much because it's the front. It's the front half that's under the toolbox. I am gonna, however, I just something I am gonna, however, just touch up this spot with some putty, the compound, and let that sit for a minute or two. Let that sit and dry. It should be thin, so I'm hoping it will dry quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut. And like I said, I'm gonna stand by. I got a spot down there as well on the side that I want to fill in. But I'm gonna put a quick layer of, but I'm gonna put a thin layer of compound on this, and then I'll be back to screen it. So I've just finished trying to smooth out the front. I don't know if you can quite tell the difference, but those low spots are filled and smoothed out. And I'm gonna just go with this because, like I said, this is gonna be behind the toolbox and at the bottom. So I still have that spot which is still a little moist, so I'm gonna let that dry out. And could take all day in this environment, but I'm not gonna rush it. Let that dry out, and then we'll come back and put the fabric on. I now have the front lower screened with the landscape fabric. And if you notice, I did not do over the edges. I'm gonna let that front flat surface dry before I pull it and put any tension on it to cause any unnecessary creases. And the hardest creases to work out would be the fabric, the creases that are in place in the fabric already for whatever reasons. I will use, see how that is? I will go around the edge and pull it so that the edges are tight in the way that I did here and there. Before I get too far ahead, I have removed the thumbtacks that I had along the edges. And I hope you can see to where I placed them in. See how I pull the fabric just around the edge to get it to lay right at the edge instead of being loose around the edge. It was able to pull it in as the glue dried. And then of course you're going to come through and there's going to be another layer that goes over this, so it's going to catch up the little holes and whatnot with glue. And what I'll do from this point, I'm not going to cut it right at the edge. I'm going to come down the middle. I'm going to tee it with about at least ½ an inch or maybe even 2 inches. Tee it, and then I'll take the rest and tuck it. I'm doing all this, the reason I don't just cut it at the edge or the corner, I want it to overlap each time I do something, because in my thoughts it's going to give it a little bit more strength, a little bit more support, and a little bit more of a barrier as I do this throughout the whole build. You see I draped it over there, then there's going to be another piece that comes over that, and I'm just going to use this method all the way around, hopefully to give me, like I said, a little bit more support, a little bit more of a barrier, just a little bit more protection. So next I'll be cutting these, folding them, gluing them down, as well as the sides. And at that point I might just wait till these edges dry before I do the sides, so I get a nice fit. Like I said, I'm just trying to, and the bottom, I'm not gonna cut it short. As you see, it's glued there at that point. And what I'll do is when I put the joints in, I'll lay that over the joints, glue that to the top part, then I'll lay the top over this edge and glue that to have a stronger layer of protection there, so to speak. One other thing I would like to point out, when cutting your corners, you can cut it straight so that each side will lay flat, but if you decide to gift wrap your corners, you know how they wrap the boxes and stuff, and it ends up like this, make sure this crease is down. Don't fold it up this way to where it will be a barrier. Well, once you glue it, it's gonna seep, but you don't want it up so when water runs down, it might have a tendency to seep down in there or sit at the seam. So make sure you fold your corners down if you do it in a folding method like that, or just cut them straight. Although this will be up because it's not long enough to flip over, but I'm gonna have another layer on my final layer that's gonna come over to the bottom side. But those are just little pointers you want to keep in mind as well. Perhaps this is a lot of mumble, but I'm trying to give y'all the best sound advice as I go along on this little journey so that you won't make the same mistakes I'm making, or at least you will be informed. Then I'm gonna cut it across here. And I have my overhang tucked and glued. I'll also put another coat on the front side just to clean the brush out and thicken it up a bit, but that's how it's coming along. And on top of this will be the PMF, using the painter's canvas method for my PMF. Okay, so now this has had time to dry. I'll come through, pull that edge tight, and we'll get that edge sealed. So the second side is now skinned. See if I have enough to cover just this portion. Once I put a panel on this to protect it. Once I put some panels on this for the underside of the floor. I think I'm gonna put the panels on and then the canvas to protect the panels as well. This is at well, like 15. I use part of it for storage units, and then part of it for the underside of the other camper as well. Works out. I have enough to cover the whole tub, so I'm going to use it just for that. I will have enough. I'll be cutting these when the time is